How are we all doing? PC, what's going on? What do you mean you sent the wrong track, mate? What are you saying? That's it, mate. Do you know what I mean? You've submitted the tune now. What are we saying? Many people are going without this show, as always. So when you said you've sent the wrong tune, what's what's the difference? If you want, send it to me quickly on Discord, mate, and I'll try and replace. You know what I mean? So who we got then? London, my DJ. Induction, what we saying? My DJ. No, it's all good, mate. Who else we got? Drillo G, my DJ, JJ, SRS, my DJ, Scotty Ups, my DJ, Ethel, my DJ. All in here. Even Jungle Rhythms is here, my DJ. Yes. Intense Complex. Oh yeah, thank you for the resubs, peeps. DJ Ride inside, watching watchers. All here. We are all here. Wicked. Right. Ethel inside. Trust me, Ethel, we've got some grit in Addy fucking shit today. For your listening pleasure. Mr. DJ! Mr. DJ! Mr. DJ! Right, so what is going on with the weather? Because it is absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. So hopefully some of these tunes put a smile on our face. Because if you remember on the last show, we had a tune from was it Sunface or something like that? I can't remember. There was someone anyway. I don't know. If you remember, people, it was mad. It was crazy. You know what I mean? As you know, the first release on Compound Dubs is up. It's there, ready to roll. If you click the pin message, it will take you straight to the Bandcamp. Not yet, the Bandcamp. That's the one. And you can pick it up on digital or vinyl. There is a black 10-inch lathe cut vinyl, and there is a clear lathe cut vinyl as well. So get to know, check it out, people, and support it. It'd be much appreciated. The link is in the pinned messages. Right, let's have a look. Whoa. And also I'm recording the session this time for once. Hopefully it's recording anyway and it's not dog shit. So PZ, is this the new one, Madij? Download anyway. I'm downloading it, mate. Right. let's get the show on the road. Get some of this crap out of the way. Any exciting news anyone can share? Anyone wants to share anything? SOS? Yes, big ups. Reverb, D&B, in Addy Party. Right, so, 10 tunes, all sorts again. You know how we do it. So, literally, I ain't even listened to these tunes. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. Literally, I just press play. Yeah, okay, press play. Yeah, okay. I was just double checking there's actually a song there. Do you know what I mean? That there's actually a track there. So, just chucked them in and we'll see how we go. Ethel's on this mushroom ting. She's on the mushrooms. You know what I mean? I know how you do it. Are you going to Jungle Rhythms Do? So Jungle Rhythms Do. Let me quickly show you Party People before we get started, before we get moving. You know, just waiting for a few more. Also, London, loving the artwork that SRS has done there. Absolutely wicked. Love it, mate. And we have Jungle Rhythms Do. So he's here, look, Party People. 19th of October. It's in Grantham. Get to know. It's all up online. You know what I mean? So be there or be square, as they say. Right. So with that out of the way, let's crack on. I might have to close the window because all I can hear is the rain. It's fucking awful, isn't it? You know what I mean? Right. Let's do this. So you can notice, like, when this is in mono, it really just drops back. know how we do it. 4 minutes a track, anything more, that's it, we get it faded out. Otherwise you can get lost in these things, you know what I mean? You can just get lost in the moment. And that tune was really, really nice and dreamy. The main thing for me was the mix. Like, you can hear it for what it is. You can identify what's going on in the tune. A few of you were saying about the stereo image and that there's a resonance somewhere. SRS even approved it, which, you know, you should feel lucky for that. You know what I mean? Cool. Well, you got some love on this, and rightly so, because it is a really nice tune. But it's the overall mix. So, who are you in the chat? Are you in the chat? Whoever made this tune, if you are, wicked. If not, you're gonna have to watch the rerun. But yes, easy. Right, time to give him a shout out. Do you know what I mean? Like, we always like to give everybody a shout out. You know it is. Oh God, what the hell's happened here? Something weird, like a beard. There you are. Right, there's your shout out, mate. Yeah. So overall, right, it's just the mix, and as you can see, I've done some crazy EQ, but it isn't that crazy. And now we've got a man like Bush ringing us up, so we'll have to just text him and say live on air, mate. Yeah. Sorry, people. So yeah, the mix for me, as you can see, when you play the track in mono, that's when you can really notice, like, all the ear candy, all the stereo imaging, it all drops out, and it's left the track like sounding dull or not as up front. So again, if we just bypass this, look, bypass that, and then we'll press play in mono, and then come back to stereo, mono. So that's all the stereo information there, and there's a lot going on. So you need to get a balance in mono. So when the tune sounds wicked in mono, as in the top end, the mids, the lows, once that's all balanced, then you start bringing in the stereo, you know, the stereo aspect of the mix. That's when it starts coming together, because if you're not careful, you'll end up making the tune and mixing the tune in stereo, and you won't even check in mono, and before you know it, you become blind to what is stereo, and then you start thinking, I need to make this wider, or I need to make that wider, when in fact it's about making selective elements in mono and then choose wisely what should be stereo, and believe it or not, you'll get a much better perception on the tune. So let's try and break down this EQ, because it looks crazy, but it's got reasons behind it. So the first thing was the sides. So if we just bypass this a minute, look how much information's in the sides, in the lows. See, all that red area is no good. And you still got a little bit of low end information here, but it's just that the sides is as loud is the mono, and that's the problem. And in some parts, as you can see, when it's red, it's overtaken, which means it's louder. The biggest problem with this is that it won't translate very well across loads of playback systems. That's the point of this. Here he is, look, man like Bush. DJ inside. So as I was saying, I've done a high pass in sides, and that's going to remove all the low end information right up to about 200 hertz on a nice little slope, to just remove that unnecessary business. And then you can see in sides, I've done a massive cut here. It's only actually minus 3 dB. It looks more than what it is. So if we zoom out, you know, it starts to look less. So what I've done is I've put this as a minus 3, but then I've boosted the mids, as in the mono. I've boosted that to compensate. Look. So if we just go back, play it here, make sure this is on. So you see now, look, it doesn't overtake. And that kind of helps it a little bit. And then what I did is I scooped out some of the mids, because that pad, the keys, is a bit too fun. It's a bit too much in those lower mids. So I've scooped it out, but as a result of scooping it out across the whole tune, I've lost your kick and snare. So that's why I've sort of poked this back up, just to keep that punch, the weight from the snare. But it is all this area here, 200 to 500. You need to bring that area down in those pads, because they're just a little too much. So, as much as this track is wicked, right? I'll be honest with you, it's the wrong snare. Like, it doesn't need a punchy snare for this type of tune, because it's chilled. Like, think of punchy snares for mainstream, like mainstream drum and bass. They're high energy and pitch it up, so it's like a lot of energy. These sort of tunes here, you don't need like a lower snare. If anything, come up with a higher snare so that it's more snappy, it's flicky, and it would work better with this nature of tune. Other than that, keep doing what you're doing, because the tune's great. It's purely a mix thing. That's all it is. It's just a mix thing, mate. So wicked. Hopefully that helped, and thank you for sending that in, Madij. Yeah, see, like induction sound, like a clap. Do you know what I mean? Leighton, yes, mate. I've got your tune. Your tune is in. Yeah, mate. There's no hate on the tune. The tune's wicked. I really like it. It's just in my head, I can hear, you know what, if you kept everything as it was, like the bass, the pads, the vocal, but change the drums, the kick works, but change the drums, like the hat and the snare, like change it to a clap or something sharp, so it's more like a, you know, it's sharper, not so detuned. It's come further up in the scale. It'll work better, it'll snap better. It'll feel like it's moving along quicker. Right then, my DJ, So next track, we have a track called, oh yeah, sorry mate, it's even in the title, innit? Look, reverb, la 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 la. Wicked, mate, wicked. So next track is called Dream World by DJ Ride. I believe he's in the chat, so big and addy please. Man sounds like he's starting Christmas early. Oi, listen, we got the Halloween show coming up soon, mate. Save this for the Christmas do. Sorry, I had to stop it. I had to bring it back because man like Moisin is inside the place. Man like Moisin, fucking now a daddy. You know what I mean? Big ups Moisin, mate. Had to stop the tune because it's a special moment. Not seen the man for flipping time, mate, because life just gets in the way sometimes. But hopefully fatherhood is doing good for you, mate. You know, congratulations to you and the missus. We need to arrange a little link up, Madij. You know what I mean? So, yeah, big and out of game. Stick around if you can, mate. Check out some of these bad boy beats. Lovely stuff there, mate. As we always say, when you hear something from DJ Ride and then man's there flipping, it's always a vibe. It's always a vibe, no matter what. But on this tune, and it's the first time, I'll be honest with you, it's the first time I heard you trying to introduce that little aggressive bass coming in, which is quite nice, man. It definitely works. So, again, what is the story with this tune? What's happening with it? What are your plans with it? Because you always seem to come with these really nice, soulful, really, energetic sort of tunes, man. And yeah, it's just always nice to hear what people are doing with them. Do you know what I mean? So, while he's rustling up that in the convo in the chat, again, a little bit too much sides in the lows from about 300 and down. Just not necessary, mate. You see down here, everyone's on this whole whip thing again. It's a real weird one. Look, play it in mono. So you can hear like all the ear candy is in the sides, and it's great. So it's a similar thing to the last track where when it goes to mono, a lot of the track it doesn't disappear, but it just falls apart. Like it goes away, and it shouldn't. You should go to mono and it should still represent the tune. But when you go to stereo, you go, oh, I can hear a little tickle in the sides, there's a little bit of something, there's a bit of depth now happening. It shouldn't just be like an overwhelming of like, wow, where did that information come from? So again, it's one of them where you've got to monitor the tune and listen to the tune, mix the tune in mono, then slowly start bringing in the stereo aspect of the mix, because then that way you get a better placement, you get a better idea of how much stereo, what is going to be stereo. Yeah, because, I mean, when you do go back to stereo from mono, the vocals jump up in volume. So, again, it's an indication where try and bring that in and possibly bring the volume up in mono so you can get that counterbalance. And then some of the pads and stuff like that, again, it's doing the same thing. When you go from mono back to stereo, the volume jumps up. And as I say to you, although it sounds great in the headphones, in a car and all over the place, it's on a club, in the club aspect, or on a big sound system, it might not translate very well. That's all, because that stereo information doesn't get distributed in the same way as a car or headphones or studio speakers. You know what I mean? But otherwise, mates, wicked stuff as always, and keep them coming, mate, because I always love a DJ Ride tune. It's wicked. Next up is man like Induction. I've got your tune, mate. I've said that already. I must have missed it. I've got your tune, mate. So that's here. You are here. Look. Induction, Baby Bells, and Simplistic. Absolutely wicked, mate. I've listened to it for about 10 minutes. Moisin, if you're still there, fucking hang on for that one, mate, because you will be like, God damn, I need to get back in the saddle.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Right, so next up, man like Wenlock. Track called Roasted. Also, I'm out of sync with the shout out, so that was for Ride for the last tune, and then I'll do one for Wenlock. Wenlock, aka Scotty Ups. Oh my days! I can actually give you a shout out now, mate, because instead I had to wait for a minute. But welcome in, people. If you've just joined us inside the ride, hopefully it's not raining or peeing it down where you are. It is awful where we are, mate. I really easy. I really like this tune, man. Again, it's one of those where everything's there. You know, you've got all the right elements. It's just, again, getting a few things in the mix to sort of cut through better, tidying up some elements which don't necessarily need, you know, to be cutting through where they are. Induction was saying that the kick was coming through in sides. I don't think it was. I kept flicking from sides. It was more the I don't know why that's gone on there. Just 1 second. It was more. Hey up, mate. See, this computer has its own has its own, you know, mind. Right, let's try again. See, taking it off here, this is the high pass I've done in sides. You can just start seeing there's a bit of 50 hertz, something going on here. So if we apply this filter back on again, see, it just tidies it up. So again, it's the last couple of tunes, similar story. We really need to listen to the tracks, mix the tracks in mono, get the tracks sounding great in mono, and then start bringing in the stereo, like we've been saying for the last 3 tunes. The thing with this tune is that you've got that old school flavour, you've got the original sort of early 90s feel on this. Then when you start using them sort of like I don't know how you could call them, like acid leads, or those sort of like the filter pads and stuff, that's a giveaway of like, oh, this is a brand new synth, as in modern synth. Do you know what I mean? So I would basically go down the route of low passing all the highs, but do it gently, like a 12 dB. So I know this is a low pass, so think of it as the other way, like this. So, sorry, low pass, but then make it 12 dB. So that's 12 dBs. It's not tight like this, you know what I mean? You're not like absolutely hacking it off, and it's not too relaxed, but something in the middle where when you start bringing it in on the synths, you're removing that sort of digital highness, you know, the real high end from 16K right down to say 12K. That might help with the with removing that sort of giveaway on the synths. That's what I was trying to get at. And I had to really overemphasize the tops. So look, 50% of air is massive, mate. That's a lot. So again, let's just bypass these. Let's just bypass the plugins. Bring it back. You know, it instantly wakes up. You see what I'm saying? So the drums really need to come up, like in the 12K, 16K area. Really need to bring them up, make them shine, make them really come out, mate, because I don't know if you've EQ'd them to sort of reduce, you know, like what I was saying about the pads. Maybe you've done that to the drums, maybe you've overdone it, I don't know. But if you have sort of removed or attenuated the top end, so yeah, so if you have cut it back on the top end, you need to undo that and just cut it back on the synths. Make the drums be like the forefront, because that's just how it was in them times. The aim is really shining nice. If I take it away, look. You know what I mean? So you can hear the difference on how it opens up there. But other than that, mate, you've done really well with this. I really like it. You just need to, as I say, get the drums brighter, reduce the brightness in the pads, leads, the acid sounds, and then yeah, I think you might be about there, mate. So awesome stuff, wicked stuff there, mate. Really, really like that. So big ups, thank you for sending that in, mate. Now we have a track by Tunstep. Now, if you remember in the last show, we played Tunstep's tune, and there was a section where I was like, "Oh my days, this is wicked!" And I brought in a drum loop, and like a jungle sort of drum loop, and I just looped that section of the tune. It went off, and then we took a beeline from someone else's tune, and we had like 3 tunes going together, and it was just sounded crazy. So, man like Tunstep. Some of that Three Blind Mice notes. Three blind mice. I always think that when you hear those three notes. Yeah, another tune with loads of mids and lows in the sides. What's going on today, peeps? Bit of distortion there in the in that sort of pad. I think that's just because hang on. I always turn the tunes down because of, you know, problems, but yeah, that actual sound itself is pushed. Look, see, even if we was to try and attenuate it, look. Right, so it's proper walk and skank tune, innit? You know what I mean? Walk and skank business. Nice tune. It's just, it's a shame that that B line here, you know, it's distorting because it's, you can see in the wave, look, it's just flat. Look, see, just flattened off. So I would use some sort of compression or something to sort of help control that before it goes into the bus, you know. So if it's on its own channel, it's controlling it, is, you know, the compression, which is massaging the sound, and then once it's going through the group, you've got that limiter on it to prevent any further problems. But this plugin here is, who asked for it? It was Induction on it, yeah. So I think it's called like Arbiter or Arbiter, something like that. I don't know, but it's part of that special bundle from TDR, which I got last November, believe it or not. It doesn't seem that long ago since I got all these, but I got them last November in the what's it called, the Black Friday deal. What's going on here with SRS and Bosch? Oh my god. See, that's the problem, you see. I catch little things and I try and read it, you know what I mean? Anyway, so what it is, it's like a dynamic EQ, you know, because we ain't got enough of them, do you know what I mean? But it is slightly different. If you go on YouTube, mate, type it in. Dan Worrell does a really good video on this. you can do loads of different things rather than me going into it and waffling on about that. So yeah, Ton Step, nice chiller. You got to tame that. Boom, you got to tame that. Even though that's the the theme, that's the melody. You got to tame it. And also, again, it's another tune. What is going on with all this bass in the sides? Look. Let's get rid of it, look. So you can even hear that distorting in the sides. See, it's gone now. The low end. But going back to, like the first track that we played, where is it? The reverb, la la la, yeah? We were saying you don't need the punchy snare. You need something more lighter or further up the scale. And Induction said, yeah, like a clap or something. This snare in this tune, or the clap in this tune, this would be ideal. See, look, then if we go back to that then quickly, look. See what I'm saying? I think that's what would work much better if you went with a clap. But yeah, other than that, yes, we got a snare inside. Welcome in my DJ. I just think you've got the right elements in this, but it's just a case of sorting the mix out again. It's another mix issue. Get rid of the side information in the bass. Just don't need it. And it's kind of missing like the uplifts and the downlifts. Like the ear candy that it helps bring you into the next phase, because there's no build up, so there's no like uplifting sounds or downlifting sounds. So when it comes to this middle break here, what's happening is it's going from this section to this section, then to this section, then that section, then it's drop again. There's nothing that kind of weaves in and out to sort of help it move or progress. See, look, yeah, Induction, the progression, that's right, mate. So other than that, wicked tune. I just think like it still needs working on in terms of making it a complete tune. For now, it's more like, yeah, that's the layout, that's the tune. Now you need to just put the ear candy on top, and I think you will be about there, mate. Man, like, Sneer's driving inside. London's there, look. Buy the record. As you can see, people, we have a pin message at the top. If you open the pin message, you'll see that's the Hidden Messages 2024 remix. It's out now. You can buy it on digital and vinyl. There is 4 copies of black 10-inch left, and then there's 7 clear vinyls left. So click the link, support the label, and it would be much appreciated. But if you're not following the new Bandcamp, then give it a follow, because there's some real interesting bits coming this year, for the rest of this year and next year. So big and at a game.
What the hell?
So as we move, we've got man like Leighton. If you're still in the chat, mate, then say hello, because we're about to roll. So track by Leighton called One Day, Daps Test. Here we go.
What's up, y'all? This is Batman Scooping up bass dunking with that. Get it up.
Right, my DJ. Yo, man like Mr. Anchovy just rolled up inside the place. Mate, Leighton, I was having fun with that tune because I listened to it straight off the bat. The minute the tune even started. Come on, man, just taking people's faces off. You know what I mean? I really like the tune, right? Right up all of this intro here, like Induction says, the mix is really, really nice. It's like Jesus, like everything's choppy and all that lot. There's something missing. Now, the thing that's missing is the punch. Like the drums, they just feel too like closed in. They really need to be sharp. They need to be punching. So the only way you can do this is by using a transient shaper on the drums. You have to get those drums like pow. Then the snare needs to be like pow. And also this beginning bit, that boom boom. You need to like literally remove everything in the mix and just have that, so it feels like. And then on the snare you come in on it, so like boom, boom, and then on the snare boom. So on the kick to the snare, literally remove everything, like, you know, percussion wise, just like kick, space, snare, and it's all fucking rattling around. But you can see that I used punctuate because sometimes punctuate can really pick out, you know, the transients. I'll over exaggerate so you can see what I mean. See, look, that's now it's off. This is off. With it on. There's some knocks and clicks and all that shit going on, but that's because we're running it across the whole entire tune. You need to get that snare like hard hitting in your face, like really smash it in your face. Now, the other thing I was doing is I was trying to emphasize this. Listen. So if I turn it off, so see, that's your bass there, yeah? This is your bass here. Then with this on, it sounds awful, yeah, I know, but in context with the rest of the tune, so you see how it's like rasps to fuck. Take it off. Put it back on. See how it's like ringing, like nausea, like nausea style ringing, mate. Like this is a perfect example of like having a one-to-one on a tune, mixing it to say you've got everything here, but imagine what you could turn it into. You could turn this into a monster, mate. Like I'm not just saying that, but you could turn this into a monster. I know SRS is like, where's the Amens at? You know what I mean? Where's all the pots and pans at? But this is one of them tunes where I'm trying to think. There's a tune in my head. It's a Nausea tune, and it reminds me of it so much. And you would be able to do something similar. So let's just see if we can. So if we bypass all the plugins now, lot, put them back on. See, that's what I'm saying, mate. Trust me. So yeah, we need to talk about this one. So wicked tune, mate. Other than that, everything is there. The mix is great as well. It's just bringing out the finer details. You know what I mean? That's all it was. So yeah. So I'm just reading some of the messages. So yeah, Leighton, we'll have a chat about that one, mate. Right, now stepping in. The man who's been doing a lot of talking so far is the one like Induction. So we have like a trio track here. Induction, Baby Bells and Simplistic, track called Mayday. And I believe this is coming out on your Platform label. Is it number 8 by the looks of it? Yeah, Platform 1, sorry, Platform 1. Volume 8, end of November. So, wicked tune. Wicked tune. Yeah, nice one, Leighton Madij. Much appreciated, mate. Sorry if we didn't give you a shout out. Let me know if I didn't. I'll give you a shout out because, you know, it's just only fair that if you're in the chat, you get a shout out. Right. Right, let's do this. No, let's not waste any time. This is actually a really good tune. So, Moisin, if you're still there, you're going to love this. Ethel, turn this one up. I know you're going to love it because, as I say, when I was just flicking through these tunes, I played this for a couple of seconds. I was just like, oh, my days. Now, hopefully, because this is a an induction trio tune. Hopefully this bit's completely different. The second drops are always mash up. Friggin' hell, my DJ. See, this is what I'm saying to you, mate. Really well put together, really well produced. Just everything's there. And I'd imagine this would be playing like really loud. I can guarantee you would get really high numbers on this. Pure triple threat. You know what I mean? I don't know, mate. I'm quite enjoying this little low mids distortion. Check it out on your tune as well. It sounds really good. It's just like crunchy, look. It's that end bit here, like this bit. So if I take it off, with it on. So it's one of them again where, as much as I think this tune is absolutely, I still think there's these little touches that you can do. Like, for example, I would even use like Isotope's exciter, you know, isolate that bass from 150 hertz to say 450 hertz. I've got it in retro. I've absolutely smashed the arse off it. And this is going across your whole tune, remember? So just on the bass, look. And then we'll take it off. It just feels like it gives you that overtone. That's just my opinion anyway. Like I say, mate, there's not really much I can pull apart on this, but what I was hoping for was a bit of like a switch in the bass. I was really hoping that on the second half, not that halftime beat thing, because I know you've done that quite a lot in some of the tunes, but quite possibly something like hang on. So this is going to sound weird, but if you was to like change the B line up a little bit here, so let's just have a look. Something like, obviously I'm just doing this on the fly. See what I'm saying? Like a little switch up, you know, that's just my opinion. You should just second bit, second drop, maybe halfway through, I don't know, just a little switch up. So you could go you simmer. Now if you do that, I need some credit, you know what I mean? It's a collab now, mate. If you steal that from me. I'm only joking, mate.
What the hell?
Right, so next in, we have the one like, oh, hang on a minute, what's happened here? Peasy. Peasy. Right, so you're saying that's the wrong one, and this is the right one. So let's drop the new one in. And like I always do with all the tunes, I normalised them a little bit so that we're not blowing your face off. You know what I mean? So, man like Peasy. Easy peasy. Track called Right Here, Test, number 13. So, you know when you get past number 5 even, there's something not right, you know what I mean? So, I don't know why people go to like version 20. It's like, come on, man. Like, you shouldn't be getting to version 20. But you're on version 13. And, yeah, man. So, yeah, you can see, this is what I'm saying. Look, we've got the sausage. Wenlock's got a bit of fluff in there, bit of bum fluff. But again, that's the nature of the tune. So, we've got half a tune here, by the looks of it. So, 2-minute beast. Let's do this.
Child of the ghetto, survive with Nine's echo.
It was only a moment of truth, mate. It was a matter of time until Jungle Rhythms come in there. Not Jungle Rhythms, Jesus Christ! It's only fucking Tuesday. My head's gone. Soul Rebel Sounds would be better as a jungle tune. Oh, I love it, mate. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. When I first heard this intro, you know what I mean? This is some of that laid back shit, smoking on a cigar. Some of that Ron Jeremy business. I can hear the copter break already. You know what I mean? Really nice. So, it's a bit deceiving from the intro to the drop, although it works. It would be nice if it had a bit more going on in terms of percussion in the intro, like a hi-hat or something to make it a bit more DJ friendly. I get it, you've got these stabs from the pads and everything, and also you need to go back in and edit the cut points, like where you've cut it, there's some popping because of the where it's been cut. So if you have a listen, those little plinky plonks there, they're distorting a little. See there, see? So it goes, it's got a tick. So you just need to go in, cut it, and then crossfade. So it goes dun, dun, and then you haven't got the tick, like the click, sorry. That's just because of where the sample's been cut and you've changed it, or where they meet up. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, just a fade, and then overlap them if you can, depending on what door you're in. If you can just overlap it, that'd be nice.
Child of the ghetto, survive with Nine's echo.
So is there more tune? That's the question. Like, does it kind of come back to this section here? So the overall tune is great. You know, the mix is tidy. I think that the actual tune sounds better than the other version you sent me. There's just, again, one or two things that you need to take care of in the mix. Nothing major, but it's more about the arrangement for me. It's more arrangement where you've got the intro, you get halfway through the intro and it's still doing the same thing. So bear that in mind. Like, people's attention spans nowadays are like 30 seconds, as if that, you know what I mean, on a tune. You've got to be quick. You've got to be quick to keep them going. But again, I dropped in my little classic low mids funk. I tell you, across the whole tune, you don't really notice it, but... Oh, mate, we always like a good laugh. Come on, Mr. Anchovy. We like a good laugh, Madij. You know what I mean? So, mate, as I say, you know, I appreciate you sending it in. What's that ozone thing doing? It's basically an exciter, but I've only got the middle band here working, and it's just pushing like that. This. Just exciting that room, room, room. Because obviously if you had it just on the bass, it'd be great, but I can't unless... Tell you what I could do. I could get the whole of ozone up. Right, there she is. Get rid of this. Now, in Ozone 11, you can tell it to be across the full mix, vocals, drums, or just the bass. So in this case, we're going to be working on just the bass. So let's get the exciter up, and I sort of had it around here. Just trash the arse off it using a retro. Doesn't quite work the same, I don't think, in this way.
Child of the ghetto, child of the ghetto, child of the ghetto, survive with Nine's echo.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work the same in that way, but basically, you know, it's nice to have a little mess around, see if you can grit out the beats and the bass. But mate, Peasy, I wouldn't worry too much now on the mix. The mix is pretty much there. I just think you've got to get the arrangement sorted out. Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment, it's like a German sausage with something attached to it in the left. You see what I'm saying? No, I'm joking. Just literally do something with the intro. Keep this as it is. Remove all the pops and the clicks because of the way it's been cut. Fade them, and then have like a hi-hat or even this drum beat coming in. You know what I mean? Something to sort of help it fill out the space. But the tune's great. It's just a shame that there isn't any more of the tune, you know, to then go, you know, where you're going into. So, but yeah, big in the game. Nice one for that, mate.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way, yeah.
As we move month as we move. We got man like Drillo G ready to fucking trap it out inside the place. If you're still with us, mate, give us a sign inside. I tell you something, peeps. I watched this documentary on Wiley. How he, I think it's called something like How He Built the Grime Scene or something like that. How he shaped the grime scene, and it's quite interesting. It only came out a couple of weeks ago, I think, on YouTube. So if you're into that, give it a watch. I think it was quite interesting. Anyway, man like Drillo G, yeah? Check this. G doing what he does best. Mate, he's smashing it, man. There was a little bit of distortion in one of the basses, but that could just be down to how you processed it. So we'll get into that in a minute. But, mate, compared to the stuff that you were sending last year, your production is tenfold. You know what I mean? And if you remember, we did a Halloween show last year, and Drillo G just sent some crazy like Halloween beats. So if anybody wants to send something for the, I don't know, for the show, the Halloween show, we can try and do like a little Halloween theme if you've got time to do something. But yeah, back to the beats.
Mr.
I really like it. I was like checking it out so much that I didn't even give the man a flipping shout out. Do you know what I mean? They are, mate. There we go, Medij. So, again, there's nothing really I can say about it because your productions now is tight. Like you've got this sound now. You've got your sound, and that's great. I was a bit mindful of you've got one or two effects which are non-existent in mono. Right, well, let's see if we can pick one out. The other thing I was going to ask as well is, with the EQ and stuff that you're using, are you using linear phase on your EQ, or are you using linear phase on any plugin for that matter? Because the only reason why I say it, and it might not be anything, it might just be me, but it's just like I sometimes I hear that like brush, like it's like a brush sound where instead of the snare going like tick, it'll go like hit. It's got like this ramp to it, and that's what linear phase does sometimes. If you've got a lot going on, the actual processing, it blurs the sound, if that makes sense. There you go. There's that sound there. Look. So if I go to sides, that now if we play that in mono, see it's just the lower mids. Look. Stereo. Then sorry, that was sides, now stereo. So don't know what's happening with that sound there. Again, like we said throughout the whole show, it would be beneficial to have that sound in mono, but equally have it in sides. At the moment, it's purely in sides. As you can see, the majority of that frequency is only in sides. Look. There, and the lows as well. If anything, probably replace that sound. It's nice, but come with a different sort of feel, reverse feel. See, here's the example. See if you can pick it out. Yeah, other than that, mate, like I say, I think here I'm trying to find a problem and I can't. So at the end of the day, it's an absolute smasher.
Hey, boom! Now it's Mama Brahma. Hey, DJ Ras! You see that tune we play a while ago? Lift it up, it's shot, and you are busted. Bam, bam!
Right, it's time to let him out of his cage. It's time to let him fucking roar. Let me just make sure the track's playing at the right tempo, because for some reason, when Drill OG or SRS sends tunes, they play it at a different speed. So here he is, the man from Del Monte.
180!
With no further ado, man like SRS inside. And as we keep saying throughout the show, he's done an absolute belter remix for me called Hidden Messages. It's the 2024 remixes. The link is in the top. As you can see, it's in a pinned message. So check that out, people. Go and support that. Whether you want to buy it as a digi or vinyl, go and cop that shiznit.
Mr. DJ! We keep on rewinding that!
That's it, people. I'm going home. Fucking hell, SRS again always blesses with this madness that he comes with. The pad is so like gully, mate. It's fucking disgusting pad. Love it. So looking at the aiming, when the aiming comes in, so like look at the pad. And you've got like this massive cut at 11k. And I'm just thinking, did you do that because there was like a problem with the aiming or something? Because I mean, in theory, that's like it should be a really nice part of the frequency of the aiming. I'm not sure if you've overcooked it, but yeah, I know what you're saying. So sometimes the Amens can really have a lot of whistles and all sorts of madness going on. This Rezo plugin does a great job to find them for you. So see, that's what it's removing. I love Rezo. I remember beta testing this plugin before it came out. It's really good for finding the resonances. It's dead easy. Now you've just heard it on Rezo, you can hear it. Look. So yeah, I like the tune. I think it is absolutely smacking hard. There's something still bugging me about the Amen. I don't know whether it needs to be pitched down because of how gully this is. It's just like absolute death. You know what I mean? It's death. And I don't know if the Amen should be like more. Like, you know, one of them ones where the Amen kind of comes down there as well. No, it's not free, but I believe on Black Friday deals, you would get it. You would probably get it for about 20 quid, something like that. So yeah, the tune is hard. I just think it's similar to Soothe, but Soothe is more like wider band. You know, it will take away and soften things, but the whole purpose of Rezo is to just really, really find the whistles and like those annoying howling sounds, but it does it in a very, very clever way, which if you was to sit there with Pro Q3 sitting there putting a notch, a notch, and a notch, and a notch, and a notch, you'd be there forever. But with this, you can get carried away with doing it manually. But with this, it just listens and finds them, and then you just adjust it to taste. Yeah, see what you can come up with. Now, in terms of, you know, on the Amen here, I quite like that. That's where I'd be lower, but if you do go lower, you'd need to change that EQ up there, because you'll find that you'll lose the whistles better because of the type of aiming it is. He likes it high, so that's cool. Like I say, each to their own. But other than that, I noticed some of you were saying, what happened to the flipping Intense Complex mix? Well, here's the Intense Complex mix. There you go. Always comes in and smashes his around the face with the remix. Trust me, Lime Wax just entered the building. Right, big in at the game. You know what time it is? It's the last one of the show. Last but not least, we got Man Like London inside the place. He also made a bad boy remix of Hidden Messages. Again, people, can't stress enough. Click the link, support the new label. Even if you're not feeling it, just follow the label because there's going to be absolutely belters coming on that label, man. So go to the pin message, click that Bandcamp link. Like I say, there's a couple of black vinyls left, and there's a few clear vinyls, and that's it. Once they're done, that's it. Deleting it. It's never getting cut again. Never, ever. Like Purple Heather. So London, let's do this.
You shall pay, Black Prince. I shall place a curse of suffering on you that will doom you to a living hell. Hunger, wild, gnawing, animal hunger will grow in you. A hunger for human blood. Here you will starve for an eternity, torn by an unquenchable lust. I curse you with my name. You shall be.
Hang on a minute. Why is there a weird plugin on? There's a plugin on here. Look, fuck's that about? Start again.
Hey, boom, now it's Mama Brahma. Hey, DJ Ras, you see that tune we play a while ago? Lift it up and shut, and you are busting. Bam, bam.
Yeah, man, I don't know what the hell happened there. I was like, hey, why is it so weird at the moment? So apologies, mate, as we go again.
What the hell? Oh my God!
A hunger for human blood. Here you will starve for an eternity, torn by an unquenchable lust. I curse you with my name. You shall be. like games. So do I.
Some man like London just comes in full force. Do you know what I mean? Like the gale force. In this tune, mate, there's some really, really interesting sounds that I keep like picking out on. It's one of them where the more you keep hearing it, I think the more you're going to identify it. There's more sounds that you're going to hear. So the biggest thing is if I bypass some of the plugins that I put on it. So if we just press play a minute. Now put the plugins on. So it's not a lot, but with this, I'm boosting some super lows. Now, because this is an analog style EQ, 60 hertz ain't really 60 hertz. It's more like 150 and down. So it's on a shelf as well. So I'm really pushing out the lows because I feel like it's missing some of that warmth, you know, like the sub low. And then back on with this, the exciter that we've been throwing on a couple of tunes tonight to sort of help the kick sort of translate better. Do you know what I mean? So around these section here, you've got some pads, you've got some nice sounds there. It's a case where it's like, yeah, you might want to bring the lows back up, but you need to sort of tame it a bit. I think it'd be worth the next time we're together or whenever we get a chance just to quickly go over one or two things, because what I'm noticing is if you look on the spectrogram here, look, the low end is not quite, how can we put it, like sustained. So the sub is not like a sustained note, or it's not like a clear cut through sound. It's a combination of the kick and the bass and everything's all going on there. So we need to sculpt the low end to create a better definition, like just something so it cuts through better. So you've got the bass and you've got your kick and there's a big separation there. And that's the thing, you've got these earth shattering basses. So, you know, you're your own worst enemy there, because working with basses in that context is really, really hard, because you have to, you know, high pass the lows enough to remove the crap like below 20 hertz, 30 hertz, because anything below 30 hertz in theory is like just stupidly sub low. 30 hertz is like really powerful. 40 hertz is, you know, most speakers can push 40 hertz. So it's a case of getting it to get rid of the crap so that it feels cleaner, but not clean as in like, oh, it's digitally clean. It translates better. Yeah, and then it's one of them really, because you want to keep it authentic so that you're not having to sidechain this and sidechain that, but it might be worth using something like Soothe, or if you've got anything from FabFilter, like the FabFilter multiband or the Pro Q3, there is a way that you can sidechain, say like selective frequencies from the drums to the bass, because your drums, like, they need to be powerful, you know, that's the thing, they need to have weight, because if you high pass them, they sound thin and shit. But because your drums are playing a part with the bass, sometimes you could use Soothe and sidechain the drums to the bass, but like anything like 100 hertz and below, sidechain that so that there's a bit of, you know, call and response, there's a bit of play there. But these finer details, what you've got, because what it is, it's like, you've got pad all the way through. Do you remember, like when I said to you about there's times where you got to lose the pads and just let the drums and the bass roll. So this would be a perfect part because you're starting to pitch the drums around, and I think that'd be great if you just come away with the pads now and all the tension, you know, the atmospheric sounds, and just let the drums then do the work. Let that be the focus. And then you can slowly come back again.
So do I.
See, again, it's one of them.
So do I.
When he comes in with So Do I would just come away with everything. Right?
So do I.
But I think the second drop is wicked, mate. I think it's absolutely wicked. So, mate, again, just a case of tidying up, you know what I mean? Changing the arrangement a little bit, and it's all there. You've got everything there. It's not a case of you need more or less. It's a case of just playing with the arrangement, with the sounds you've already got. So, big in Addy game. Train bell. Does it, bro? Okay. Easy to get lost with a lot of tracks, yeah. Ethel gives you the big ups. My DJ. So yeah, that is it. We've come to the end, party people. As always, big in Addy game. I really appreciate everybody sticking around and tuning in, giving us your thoughts. If anyone wants to go live or is live, I can raid into you and keep the party going, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I'm going to have a quick look, see who's online. And guess what? We actually recorded this show. So I will try and get it on YouTube tomorrow for those that need to recap on what we talked about. So just bear with me 1 second. Right, so we're back in the place, people, and we're going to raid out and hopefully see you again soon. Remember, we're going to be doing a Halloween themed sort of do really soon, so if you want to make anything for that, awesome. But the last plug of the night is going to the remixes by London and SRS on Bandcamp. Click the link, as I say, go and support it, people. And yeah, we can all dress up. We need to have like everybody in their room. We need one of those sort of like chats, you know, like on Zoom, where you can just get loads of people in and then we'll just, you know what I mean, just show everyone. But listen up, big ups, people. As always, maximum respect, and I will catch you with you lot real soon. Yeah, that's true, actually. You can do it on Discord. We'll sort that out. We'll sort it out, people. So, big in the game. Respect. Have a good evening. Have a good night. Have a good morning, wherever you're coming from. Peace.